But the truth of the matter is that there's a billboard in town. The face must show.
Onua. Onua machi o.
There is a billboard in town. That face must show. Ghana is my priority.
Ghana for.
And West of Africa
Onua
is my home.
Say they are president.
And Africa is my responsibility.
Onua.
Abandoning this is throwing away my divine call. I know myself better than you do.
Onua.
You don't know me well.
Captain Smart, the
You hear
king
things,
of morning shows.
You see things, and so many other things that you hear and you see about me. I can authoritatively tell you 99.999% of all the things that you hear about me or you see about me are nothing but lies.
Onua.
I am one person that I do not even know myself 100%.
Onua machi
Because I
o.
carry metal and I carry stones. I carry sand and I carry water. It is difficult to know the mixture of these four.
Onua.
We have to save this country at all costs. And it would be a bash at my back.
But that is
And a
not my
bar
concern.
I cannot hold to survive if I do not quit to save this country.
But that is not my concern.
I cannot always stay in my comfort zone.
Onua.
I cannot
Onua
always
machi
stay
o.
in my comfort
Yeah,
zone.
Captain Smart.
Sitting on air, holding microphones, being mic'd is a comfort zone. I want a bigger, and the biggest task. The greatest task to prove to the world that once again the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. Sir, okunimu yedin denara kunim hini ye franka. The West ni yen kunim di ni ye franka. Enyen sani eto no.
Wait.
Sir, okunimu yedin denara kunim hini ye franka. Yeri kwa yenenim.
Ajeta.
Yeri kwa yenenim.
Ajeta.
Yeri nsan ye chiarada.
Onua.
Yeri kwa yenenim.
Onua machi o.
Yeri kwa yenenim. Kunini ye. You see, revolutions are brought about by men. By men who think as men of action and act as men of thought.
Onua machi o.
Revolution or revolutions
Onua.
are brought about by men.
Onua machi o.
By men who think as men of action and act as men of thoughts. I know it's very painful, but I can't help it.
Say they are president.
Because a state in the grip of neocolonialism is not master of its own destiny.
Onua machi o.
The leaders we've had, they are sitting right in the midst of neocolonialism.
But that is not my
And
concern.
this is not anything good that can help us to master our destiny.
Onua.
It is this factor which makes neocolonialism such a serious threat to the world of Ghana. The best way of learning is to be an independent sovereign state. Is to be an independent sovereign state. Ghana cannot always crawl under the feet of people who are our slaves, people who are supposed to serve us. We cannot still be crawling down there. Because freedom is not something that one people can bestow on another as a gift. They claim it as their own and none can keep it from them. I hear a lot of stories that people keep saying that we should have allowed the white to stay. But let me again say this, I have said it several tens of years before, that I prefer government, self-government with danger to servitude in tranquility. So I sit here today, years back as I said, I want to repeat this morning that I prefer self-government with danger to servitude in tranquility. We cannot forever stay
Captain Smart.
And make people
morning shows.
Decide for us anymore. It might be dangerous. The going can be very tough.
Listen to the king.
But I want to assure you that there's a destination that we are all thriving and hoping to get there. It is here and soon. It may not come easy. It will not be on the silver platter. But the attention and action and the reaction and passion and vision and mission, coupled with our understanding to stand tall, will help us to move and achieve what we want to. The left is not for us. The right is not for us. The front is against us. The back is against us. But we are sitting right in the middle, meaning that we are the people who can occasion the thinking of the four arms around us to make sure Ghana becomes a better place. I am not an African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born inside of me.
Say the entire president.
Sitting here this morning, I face neither the east nor west. I face forward. And I want you to go with me so that we can build a Ghana that we are all looking for.
The battle has ended.
The forces that unite us are intrinsic and greater than
Ghana.
the superimposed influences that keep us apart.
Ghana.
Let's look at that particular intrinsic forces that keep us together.
Ghana.
We cannot sit down and watch our gold go.
Ghana.
We cannot sit down and watch our diamond die.
Ghana.
We cannot sit down and watch our oil poured away.
Ghana.
And we cannot sit down and watch our lithium light other people's lights.
Ghana.
Action without thought is empty.
Ghana.
Thought without action is blind.
Ghana.
Never before in history has such a sweeping favor for freedom expressed itself in great mass movements which are driving down the bastions of empire. This wind of change blowing through this country, as I have said before, is no ordinary wind. It is a raging hurricane against which the old order cannot stand. The great millions of Ghana and of the whole entire world
Ghana.
have grown impatient
Ghana.
of being hewers
Ghana.
of wood and drawers of water,
Ghana.
and are rebelling against the
Ghana.
false belief
Onua.
that providence created
Captain
some to be menials of others.
King of morning shows.
Hence, the 21st century has become the century of colonial emancipation,
He is smart. He
the
is
century of continuing revelation,
Captain Smart.
which must finally witness the total liberation of Africa and Ghana from
Ghana.
colonial rule and imperialist exploitation.
He is smart.
All the fair words spoken about
Captain
freedom
Smart. The king
by our
of
current
morning shows.
politicians that had been broadcast to the four corners of the earth took seed and grew where they had not been intended.
The battle
You are
has
poor,
ended.
I am poor. You are hungry, I am hungry.
Captain Smart.
No water, no road, no
Ghana.
nothing.
King of morning shows.
We cannot sit down and again watch the perpetration of crime
Ghana.
to continue.
Ghana.
The world may not understand today. You may not understand today. But with passion and emotions,
Smart.
I want to sound this to
King of
you
morning shows.
that the face will show.
The battle has ended.
Before slavery was practiced in the New World,
Your beloved
there was
country
no special designation of Africans.
is free forever.
Travelers to this continent describe the inhabitants in their records with natural curiosity and examination to be expected of individuals coming from different environments. It
Onua.
was when slave trade and
Ghana.
slavery began to develop ghastly proportions that made them the base of that capital accumulation which assisted the rise of Western industrialism. That a new attitude towards African emerged. Slavery in the Caribbean has been too narrowly identified with the man of color. But the man of color is supposed to have been our slave, rather.
Onua.
We sat down, we refused to think, and we allowed these people to take over our treasure. There are trees, but we still cannot find shade. There is gold, but we still cannot go. We have diamond, but we're still dying. That I cannot sit and allow it to go again. A racial twist has thereby been given to what is basically an economic phenomenon.
Ghana.
Slavery was not born
Ghana.
of racism. Rather, racism was the consequences of slavery.
Ghana.